Dear students, myself Venkaya, Associate Professor of Physics, Government Women's First Grade College, Kalburgi. In this session, I want to derive an expression for Coriolis acceleration and Coriolis force. So we shall review some of the things which we have learned in the previous sessions. Inertial frame is one in which Newton's laws of motions are valid. Inertial frames are non-accelerated and non-rotating. Non-inertial frame is one in which Newton's laws of motions are not valid. Non-inertial frames are accelerated and rotating. So, to derive the expression for Coriolis acceleration and Coriolis force, let us consider a frame of reference S dash rotating with an uniform angular velocity with respect to an inertial frame S. Let the two frames have common origin O, and let the axis of rotation of S dash about S to be passing through the common origin O. Consider a moving particle of mass m whose position vector is r with respect to S and S dash frame. This is the diagram in which S represents the inertial frame, O is the origin, and dotted coordinate represents the S dash frame. P is the moving particle whose position vector is R with respect to both S and S dash frame. Position vector of the particle P with respect to S frame of reference is given by equation number 1, and equation number 2 gives you the position vector of the particle P with respect to S dash frame of reference. Now let us differentiate equation number 2 with respect to T. You will get equation number 3. Let us define d by dt is the differential operator in an inertial frame S, and d dash by dt is the differential operator in the rotating frame S dash. Now operate this operator d dash by dt on equation number 2. Equation number 2 gives you the position vector of the particle with respect to S dash frame of reference. Therefore, if you operate d dash by dt on equation number 2, you will get d dash r by dt is equal to I dash dx dash by dt plus j dash dy dash by dt plus k dash dz dash by dt, and which is equal to v dash. V dash is the velocity of the particle as observed in the rotating frame. The unit vectors I dash, j dash and k dash are also rotating with an uniform angular velocity omega. Therefore, the linear velocity of these three vectors is given in equation number 5. Now substitute equation number 4, 5 in equation number 3. We get dr by dt is equal to d dash r by dt plus omega cross r. Dr by dt is v, d dash r by dt is v dash, omega cross r is v naught, where v is the velocity of the particle in S frame of reference, v dash is the velocity of the particle in S dash frame of reference, and v naught is the velocity of the particle when rigidly attached to the rotating system. From above equation, it is clear that the velocity of the particle in the inertial frame is equal to the sum of its velocity in the rotating frame and the linear velocity due to the rotation. Now let us consider d by dt is equal to d dash by dt plus omega cross as an operator equation. Now let us operate this operator equation on the velocity v. If you substitute for v in this equation, you will get this equation. So the left hand side of this equation represents the acceleration of the particle. Therefore, all the terms on the right hand side must represent the acceleration. Hence, a dash represents the acceleration of the particle in h dash frame of reference. Omega cross v represents the Coriolis acceleration. Omega cross r represents the centripetal acceleration. If you multiply this equation with mass of the particle, you will get f dash is equal to f minus 2m omega cross v dash minus m omega cross r, where f dash is equal to ma dash represents the force acting on the particle in rotating frame of reference. This force is composed of three forces: F, which is equal to ma. It is the force observed in stationary frame, and centrifugal force minus m omega cross r, and Coriolis force minus 2m omega cross v dash. Therefore, Coriolis force is a fastidious force acting on the particle in a rotating frame of reference and is given by minus 2m omega cross v dash. Therefore, the magnitude of the Coriolis force depends upon the angular velocity and the velocity of the particle in the rotating frame of reference. Hence, the magnitude of the Coriolis force depends on the magnitude of the velocity of the particle in the rotating frame as well as the angular velocity of a rotation. And the Coriolis force is maximum when the velocity vector of the particle and the angular velocity vector of the reference system are mutually perpendicular. And it reduces to zero when the frame is moving without rotation or the particle is at rest in the rotating frame, or the velocity vector of the particle and angular velocity vector of the reference system are parallel. The direction of the Coriolis force is perpendicular to both the omega and v dash. So we can summarize the things as follows. Coriolis force is fastidious force and it is maximum when v and omega are mutually perpendicular and reduces to zero when frame is not rotating or particle is at rest in the rotating frame or v and omega are parallel. Thank you.